it is 4:33, is that right? Western Australia time, and I'd like to declare the Shire of Dundas Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee meeting for the 18th of August 2026 open. And welcome everyone. I guess before I even start, I'm just going to say, first meeting, please be patient, but also feedback in regards if I'm getting anything wrong. And I do sort of turn to those people who know the governance in the room to also help me out. So first thing on the agenda is I'm just checking my notes. Acknowledgement of country. The Shire of Dundas recognise the Nadju people and Meaning. Is that correct? How'd I go there? Excellent. Thank you. Meaning as traditional custodians in the Shire of Dundas and pay our respects to the elders past and present. So item 1.2, attendance at the meeting by electronic means is myself as the independent presiding officer and Councillor Sharon Brown. Do I need to announce staff in that listing or just those as the members? Okay. Item 2, declaration of financial proximity, impartiality, interest and gifts received. So I will go through these individually. Is there any members of the committee that wishes to declare a financial interest?
No.
No, thank you. Any members that wish to show a proximity interest or declare a proximity interest?
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Any members that wish to express an impartiality interest?
No. Nope.
No. And just, I guess, no, is there advice of any gifts received by councillors
No.
in relation to their work here? No, thank you. All right. How am I going, people in the room, in regards to governance and all the rest of it? Have I done everything I need to so far? Excellent. Honestly, just jump in if I don't. Okay, so item 3 on the agenda is a record of attendance of councillors, officers and apologies. So I just will, again, I'll just go through them for my own records. So we have myself, we have President Bonza, we have Councillor Warner, we have Councillor Brown online, we have Councillor McLeod, we have Councillor Fleming, and we are still awaiting Councillor Holman to arrive. Staff present in attendance is CEO Peter Fitchett and Deputy CEO Panya Turner, as well as Hannah, and I don't know your surname, Hannah, so I'm assuming we record you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. We don't have the other officers that are listed on my agenda, do we? Oh, there we have Hannah Turner, sorry, Hannah. And Barry Hamapo is not. No?
No.
Excellent. No. Okay, so we have no apologies and hopefully Councillor Holman will be turning up. So item 4 of the agenda is the confirmation of minutes of previous meeting, and of course I was not chairing the independent chair of the meeting at that time. The recommendation from officers is that the confidential minutes of the Audit and Risk Committee held on 16th December 2025 be confirmed as a true and accurate record. Do I have a councillor that wishes to move the staff recommendation? Okay, I'm just checking my list. So that's President Bonza. Thank you. Would someone like to second that item, that recommendation? Thank you, Councillor McLeod. President Bonza, do you wish to speak to the item at all?
No, I think that's all good. It's as it was, so it's all good.
Excellent. Yep. And Councillor McLeod, did you wish to speak to it?
No, all good, thank you.
Okay, any other members wish to speak to the item? No. On that basis, I will call that we vote. I'm just confirming. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm just going to get myself used to your process. So I will say that I will give the mover a final right of reply. No?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, excellent. All right. So therefore, the motion is that the confidential minutes of the Audit and Risk Committee are confirmed as a true, accurate record. I'd like to put the vote for the item by show of hands. And that's carried. Thank you. All right. So we move to item 5 on the agenda, which is the report. So we just have the one item, which is the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee terms of reference. The officer recommendation is on page 9 of the agenda, which is that the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee reviews the proposed Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee terms of reference as presented in Appendix 2. That the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee endorse the proposed terms of reference as providing an appropriate governance framework for the operation of the Shire of Dundas Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee, and that the Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee recommends to Council that Council adopts the terms of reference as presented in Appendix 2. Note that the adopted terms of reference will supersede any previous terms of reference applying to the former Audit and Risk Committee. And that the committee also notes that the terms of reference will be reviewed following each local government election when there is a material change to relevant legislation, where the ARIC considers a review is warranted or any other time determined by council. So is there a member that wishes to move that recommendation?
I'll move.
Thank you, President Bonser. And can I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Brown. Okay, so on that basis, I'm going to ask maybe governance staff, is it okay that I ask officers if they have anything to add to prior to members speaking, or you don't normally do that? What's your process?
Yep, I can do that.
Okay.
Yep.
So, yep, excellent. All right, so I will give the opportunity. Is there staff wish to add anything to the report?
If I may, through the chair, so basic terms of reference, we hope that we've captured the whole process and what's required under each bits of the legislation. It sort of would have been good for the department to give us but this one sort of built up from everybody's terms of references that we could lay our hands on. So it's fairly generic in its form. I think it captures everything. I don't know if Barney wants to add to that.
Thank you, through the chair. Well done to council seeing the establishment now of your Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee. I think the terms of reference provides council with the ARIC with a guiding framework in which they can operate, but also this additional layer of oversight, I think will enhance the conversations about compliance and all of those responsibilities of ARIC. And then, of course, the committee and its recommendations to council, who will have that final approval. So well done to council. It's been a development as you've gone from an audit committee through to an audit risk and then an audit risk and improvement, but all through the lens of improving outcomes for our community.
Thank you. What I will do, I'll give President Bonser, as the mover of the motion, the opportunity. Do you wish to speak to the item, to the motion?
No, just that it's a little bit of a move along from our previous audit committee. So we now incorporate the risk element as well. So so our legislative and compliance is notched up again. So that's good. So it takes a bit more time an effort to do, but state government's fond of giving us extra things to do. So, but that's okay. This one's good because then everybody knows that we're following the rules. So that's good.
Thank you. Councillor Brown, do you wish to speak to the motion?
No, thank you. I think the President covered it.
Okay. Other members, does anyone else wish to speak to the item? No? Okay, thank you. I'll take the opportunity, I guess, coming into your committee new, also getting used to Western Australia and the environment. And I will tell you, I have been to my WALGA audit and risk, my ARIC training, which was very informative and gave me some good understanding of the differences and the way the intention is for this committee to work. And before I say anything, I'd like to welcome Councillor Holman. I think is it? No, is it?
My apologies for being late.
No problem. You've got in just in time to get in for the item. So I think that it's very different bringing an independent in and having that extra oversight. I always say to all the councils I work with, it's a very cheap consultant that can come in and give you a different view of the world and bring I guess a different understanding. However, you will all have that community mind. You know, you have that connection to your community and understand the organisation a lot more than I do. Something very hard that can be quite hard for us is about putting our audit, risk and improvement committee hat on and leaving, and it's very hard, but leaving the councillor hat to the council chamber. And I know we're in the same room, but in that context is really thinking about what the ARIC is about, and that is often about risk and process and whether the processes are working. And it's more of a non-political environment in ARIC as well, because it's about maintaining to ensure that the processes and things are occurring within the organisation. And also, I guess, if you take the politics out of it and think more purely, it can make it easier on a councillor in this environment in the way we think about it. So one thing I will highlight is I will, as a chair, also try to bring up the fact that when the politics are entering this arena, it's just highlight it and give the group an opportunity to think about what we're trying to do in the ARIC. Yeah, so I know it's hard to separate it, but it would be good, as you know, if councillors can think about that. So from my point of view, it is a good terms of reference. I think you guys have probably, like you said, the fact that you've talked to other councils, looked at other council versions is the best way of doing things. Just a couple of minor, I guess, statements or even questions for officers. Item 4.1 of the terms of reference says that council will appoint 8 voting members. Now, my understanding, and let's count the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7,
6.
and I think that was listed, well, including me. I think, is it 7?
Yep.
Yes.
That's my error.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, if we can just update that so that it will be. Now, I guess the question.
Just if I may, through the chair. No, because there's the casting. Sorry, Barney, have you got something to add?
Yeah. Sorry, through the chair. The understanding was I know that a deputy isn't appointed, but if they were, that they would still be able to, even though they would be acting on behalf of presiding. Happy to have correction on that.
Correct. Yeah.
My understanding, and I'll tell you after my WALGA training, it was hammered in a bit. There is a deputy of, which is, I think, what we're looking at here, a deputy of the presiding member, which is not an additional member. It replaces the presiding member when they can't be here. And councillors can also have a deputy, which could be an additional member at the meeting if they chose, and they would be part of the membership in the meeting. So you must have a deputy of presiding member, whatever happens. It is your choice whether you'd like a deputy in that sense. Yeah. So
You've got a deputy of.
yeah, and that's my understanding is you have a deputy of, which makes it very hard though, because to keep them abreast and have them ready for meetings and all the rest of it, which is, you know, and that's where some councils are, the way they're going with that, so very different.
If I may, through the chair, was there at one point part of Walgo's discussion that the deputy could be an elected member, a current elected member?
No, they have an
Okay.
independent.
I'm unaware.
No.
No.
I missed the point.
All right. So anyway, from that basis, I think just an update of item 4. So council will appoint 7 voting members, 6 council members, 1 independent external member being the independent presiding member. And then I don't know the wording in regards to and covered by the deputy of the presiding member. I think if that's the intention, is that where we're looking at then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess from my point of view then, from a recommendation, well, from a motion point of view, is the mover of the motion okay that we adjust the motion maybe to include that change occurs?
Yep. So if it were now 4.1 would read that council will appoint 7 voting members, 6 council members, and 1 independent external member comprising the presiding member and a deputy of the presiding member.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the intent of the recommendation, so it should
You're happy
be,
with that?
that's
Yep.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just another minor thing as well. Under 6.3, it talks about quorum and chairing. It again specifies for a committee of 6 officers, the ordinary quorum is at least 3 members. That it will be for a committee of 7 members.
Yep.
The quorum is, what's the quorum then? Still 3?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
my understanding. Yeah.
All right. And I think that was it. So I think on the basis that we're changing the other section, just for consistency, if you just change the other one, unless I guess the President Bonza, whether you think that needs to be adjusted into the motion or you're happy that that can just be given as taken.
I think that's fine as well. It doesn't,
Yep.
again, it doesn't really alter the recommendation, so
Yep.
the
All
intent of
good.
that. So.
Excellent. All right. So I'll give the opportunity for any other members before I go back to the mover and the seconder. Any other member wish to speak to the item? Councillor Holman as well. I'll give you the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. No.
Well, thank you for attending. Oh, good. Excellent. Well, on that basis, I will give the opportunity back to the mover of the recommendation. Did you want to write a reply?
No, I think that's fine. I think we covered it.
Excellent. All right. On that basis, is it possible, Hannah, I don't know if you noted down exactly what that recommendation now is?
From my understanding, we were keeping the recommendation as is, as the intent wasn't changed, but it is noted that that little amendment to the terms of reference will be.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm okay with that. Yep. Excellent. All right. On that basis, so the recommendation, well, the motion is per as the written recommendation from officers. So if everyone is okay, can I ask for those to vote in, those who are voting in the affirmative to raise their hand? And that's carried unanimously. Thank you. All right. So We have got that item done. So item 6 on the agenda is just in regards to the timing of the next meeting. So the next meeting of the ARAC is scheduled for Tuesday, 17th of November, 2026 at 4:30 p.m. And on that basis, I declare the meeting closed.